Hey everyone, and welcome to the fourth review by yours truly, Will Stanley, and let's get into it. So today we'll be reviewing the Daily Drucker, 366 Days of Insight and Motivation for Getting the Right Things Done. It is written by Peter Drucker. If you're unfamiliar with who he is a managerial expert, consultant as well, and to top it off, he is a professor at a graduate school named after himself. So he'll be easy to find if you just look up his name in school on Google. And on top of that, he's published around 40 books himself, so he knows how to get straight to the point and produce some content in book form, which is why I love this book, because he condensed a lot of the things he put into those other books and compacted them all into one here. Now, the book is written in a journal-like entry form, so every page has a date on it, starting with January 1st. And he has 31 overarching topics that he hits for each day of the month, and they're continuous throughout. So the first of the month is the same on January as it is February, as the topic goes. And at the bottom of each page, he has an action point for something he thinks you should take action on with that topic. And he gives you enough room at the bottom to write down your action that you're going to take personally, or any notes that you feel that you should be jotting down for the page of what you just read. Now, for this book, I have a personal suggestion that is abnormal, because I like to read as fast as I can while still while still absorbing the knowledge. I like to read as much as I can because I just want to get as much information as possible. But for this one especially, I suggest reading one page a day. Now, for someone like me to say that, it means something. I suggest reading one page in the morning, maybe starting with January 1st, or the day that you get the book, so that you think about what he said on that page throughout your day. And in the morning, after you read it, write down where he leaves you space, what you're going to take action on. Now, I say this because he puts so much depth and wisdom into each page that it's worth spending the entire day to completely let the information absorb into your brain and for you to think about it continuously that whole day. Alright, so to get into the book, I'm going to start off with the quote of the day: "Know thy time." He actually gave this a whole page to itself, just that flat in the middle of the page, and it's because time is our most valuable asset. So don't take advantage of it. Our lives are very short, and we all only have 24 hours in them. So enjoy it, but be efficient with it. Don't take advantage of it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with January 1st. Now, what he talks about in this entry is how the culture, the rise, the demise, pretty much everything about a company / organization starts from the top and trickles down. Now, what he means by this is everything about your company needs to be set and led by the top management. So if you want to have an integrity driven company, your top management needs to be your top management needs to have a lot of integrity. And you need to lead by example in this, whether it's a 1,000-person organization or a 5-person startup, or if you're a 1-person show and you need to prove to yourself that, hey, I want people to think this about me, so I need to do these things. It's harder the bigger you get, obviously, but it all starts at the top. And a quote that he wrote on that page is, "Trees die from the top down." I didn't even know that about trees, so I learned something about trees today. Alright, so January 6th is the next entry I'm going to look into, and it is the practice of abandonment. That is the topic that he's discussing on that page. And I think that the thing that he said that really stood out the most to me is you need to look at every situation you're in, especially the highest impact ones, the ones that impact your life the most, whether it's your job or your friendship with your best friend or girlfriend, and you need to say, okay, if I weren't in this position now or relationship, would I go into it today? Would I go and start this knowing what I know about it now? And if you think, well, this is gonna last a few more, I think it's gonna last a few more years, or its time hasn't come yet, or I don't know, then he suggests pretty much just end it now. Just cut it off right now, whatever you're doing. Now, this can be hard in a lot of aspects, on especially long-term relationships or a business, because it takes a while to close down a business. But he says you should at least start right away when you're auditing yourself, and to continuously audit yourself in this way throughout your life and business career. All right, now let's go on to August 19th. Topic is entrepreneurial judo. It's probably my favorite topic that he has in this book, just because of the name, really, I'll be honest with you. And what he talks about here is using advantages of big companies as their crux in the way to destroy them or beat them in competition. Now, the example he gives is how the Japanese infiltrated the mass market and low margins of industries such as like printers, tech, and cars, while the United States had been ruling with the high margin customer bases in those industries, and pretty much like just had a monopolistic aspect to it and didn't expect anyone to come in and undercut them, which the Japanese did with barely any competition, because the United States completely forgot that there was more people in the low margin and masses than there were in the high margin premium product categories. So what the Japanese did in those industries was that they went to the masses, and by having no competition, they killed it, completely infiltrated the markets, and then took the money and the capital that they got from it and infiltrated the high margin customers, and were able then, with the amount of capital that they got from the masses, to take over the high margin customer base. And that is literally what judo is in the martial arts: taking your competition or opponent's advantages and using them against him. Now, from this book, like I said, you need to read a page. Reading a page a day would be the best way to consume it. And I really don't want to go into any more entries, because the things I talked about alone, although I said them fast because I want to keep the video as short as possible, they're things you need to think about in depth, not with. This is a book that you need to really get into and think about, like The Art of War. It's that kind of book. It's very deep. A lot of wisdom is packed into it, and it's a 5 out of 5 for me. I really like this book. So, if you like the video, hopefully you subscribe to me. I really hope you do. It's gonna help me out a lot the more subscribers I get. And comment below any suggestions for the video. Do you like how I'm doing it the selfie way? Do you like it when I put it on a tripod and talk to you so you can see my desk around me? Or do you like it when I go out and walk around outside? So let me know anything you want to hear in these videos to go forward, and any book suggestions. Alright guys, I'm out.